Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Bro Talk. I'm Kareem. I'm here with Mark G, Isaac, and Bilal. For this show, we talk about manhood, fatherhood, brotherhood, and everything in between. I had a brain fart for a minute. So, welcome to the show. If this is your first time with us, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're watching us on YouTube, shoot shoot a comment for us. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead, like and subscribe, and also hit us up. Shoot us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Also, if you have any questions, just let us know as we're having the conversation today. So today is going to be a good one. Uh, I'm just going to read it off right here, just so folks can know what we're talking about today. So what we're saying is that black men, or what we're going to talk about is black men are expected to be strong, stable, and successful, but who's checking on our peace? And so tonight we're going to be talking about that career stress, marriage, fatherhood, and the pressure to always have to or feel like we always have to deliver while learning to say no, and how do we redefine success. So if that sounds like you need to go ahead and join this conversation with us because we love to hear from you. But as we do, which is always, man, I can't talk today, which is always customary, is we like to do a check in with the bros. So, bros, how's today? How's your Monday? How was your weekend?
Man, I had a great weekend. Hit hit another birthday, So
Yeah,
I can't complain, man. God is good.
amen. And also, you got that hat on, man, San Francisco.
Yeah, listen, man. We took an L, but you take the wins with the losses, man. That's life. That's life in a nutshell. You take the wins with your losses. Um, I ain't gonna get into sports too tough. You know what I mean? But
You
but
got
it's
a show for that. You got a show for that.
yeah. Nah, I'm
You
just
might as
saying.
well shout it out.
Nah, I'm just saying. The Bills lost the head coach over the
Yeah.
week, over the weekend.
Uh huh.
Giants game one.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure did.
Let's let's see if the fortunes for the Giants start to turn around a little bit.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's all I got to say. I ain't have nothing profound to say about that. We'll see.
Giants will do better, man. Giants will do better. Giants is gonna do better, man. Giants gonna make the playoff next year.
See,
I
Mark
believe that
B,
they'll do
see that
better.
right there.
And I don't even like the Giants.
I do
I don't.
believe
I
that
don't
they'll
like the
do better
Giants.
That's why I like it.
because
'Cause you
I
said you,
respect my loving my boy. That's just my dean. I love my dean. Y'all know I love my dean. He's a Giants
yeah.
fan. You know what I'm saying? I know I love him, man. So I don't now. I'm kind of calmed down with the Giants. They're not my team, but I don't go against them like I used to back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
I talk positive things about the Giants. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a little positive with them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But them
I'll
call
take it.
girls, them call girls gotta go.
Oh man.
Hey Calvin, what's up, baby? You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man. Well, hey yo, we want to say, bro, man, welcome back, bro.
Hey man, listen.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
I've been asking Donald Trump to buy me out. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking Mr. Trump if you want a citizen, man, African American men, just to get
Uh,
out your country. I'm a free agent for you to buy me out. You know what I'm
mm,
saying? If you give me
mm.
$350,000, I will leave. You know what I'm saying? My school loans, if you could forgive those, you know what I'm saying, and give me
But the
$350,000.
key is what's in it for him. See, that's
And
the key.
and and what's in it for him? I won't say nothing to. Hey, positive, man. I'll say positive things about you all the time.
Yeah, come say
You know what
that
I'm
to you.
saying? I even wear
Well,
make America. I even wear a hat in a red color to make America great again. If you give me what I need, you know what I'm saying, and just allow me to come to this country 3 months out of the year. You know what I'm saying? I
mm,
gotta come get my medical stuff. situated. That's it. Just 3 weeks. 3 weeks, not even 3 months. I'm sorry, 3 weeks out of the year. If you could make that happen for me, man, you know what I'm saying? This country right here would not see me. You know what I'm saying? They would not see me. You know,
Man,
I love y'all, but y'all would not see me, man.
You done got so used to being in another country, man, and they treat you
Bro.
like royalty.
Pineapple and coconut. So I'll be drinking every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm
No
gonna send
mangoes?
all my blenders. Hey, I'm trying to tell you, man. You know, I took one BP medicine, man, when I was down there, man. One time.
That's all you needed?
That's all I needed one time, man.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the food is healthy, it's fresh.
Hey,
it's real food.
You, man. I eat good. You know what I'm saying? Everything was good, man.
So let me ask you a question.
Please ask.
Wait, never mind. I forgot. We're on the show.
Okay.
I was going to ask you.
Because I will answer. You ask, I answer, baby. You know what I'm saying?
I'll ask you after the show.
Hey, when we get to the back, baby. It's all good.
I'll ask you to.
But my daughter, hey, man, it's cold here, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you came back to snow and ice.
Well, I came back Thursday morning, man. The plane landed around 8 or 8:30. And then one of them air hostesses been open the back door, man. I don't never hit female, but I wanted to hit her. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, that back, man, that cold hit me, man. You know what I'm saying? I was like, Jesus Christ, I got to come back to this, man.
Yeah.
I was like, Lord have mercy. I said, Lord, you know what I'm saying? But I had to come back to this, man. And I've been inside, man. I've been inside since I come back. I went outside, dropped my son off at school, pick him up, you know. But it's a pleasure being back here, man. It's a pleasure being back here, man. You know, life is just different, man, you know, in other places. I always encourage people, man, to visit the motherland. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful people. Lots to do, man. Alpha's down there big now. You know what I'm saying? We have our own chapter down there. They're doing some things. AKA went down there, man. They still down there. Take it over.
Wow.
I saw that. I saw
it's like 2,000 of them ladies down there, man.
Yeah.
Old, middle age, young. It was all there. I saw a couple of them.
I saw some post about like Founders Day. They had a bunch going on, and then like
I've seen that.
It culminated with them announcing that the chapter they had founded a chapter out there.
They did their thing, man. They did their thing down there. You know, and they come, you know, prissy as, you know, they are prissy as crap. But, you know, a couple of them, they walk past me and tell me my outfit. They didn't say nothing. You know me, I ain't gonna say nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? You know me. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't say hi, Fred, you know, and it'll show me.
Bro, they probably just didn't know better, man. They probably just.
Hey, they know better. They know better.
Mm-hmm.
Who's gonna wear an alpha hat like that? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man, stop it.
Yo, it's crazy. I had the exact opposite experience down in Philly. I went down to Philly this weekend, celebrating Conchia's birthday. She had a party as well too, so shout her out.
That's what's up.
Happy birthday, sis.
Happy 40th, Conchia.
We went to the mall because I don't know what happened to my brain, but as we were leaving the house, I just threw my suitcase in the car and my book bag. And I just left my suit hanging out like right outside of my closet. So as I'm driving down, I get down there about an hour and a half into the trip, and I'm just like, oh, expletive. And in my mind, like, you know, I just like see my suit like hanging out in front of my closet. I'm like, I'm gonna do. So we had to end up going to find a mall when I got down there. Luckily, we went down the day before, so we went and found a mall, dope mall too, King of Prussia.
King of Prussia.
Yeah, it's huge. I think it's like the 5th largest mall in America, or whatever like that, 4th or 5th.
Wow.
But so we ended up getting lost in there, like, you know, whatever. But so I had to run
levels to it.
Say that again.
It's got levels to it.
Yeah, definitely. Levels on levels. So I had to end up running to the mall. I won't say what store, but you know, got a deal on a couple suits. in order to do that. But while we're walking through the mall, I think I ran into like 4 or 5 frat that I wouldn't know they were frat because they didn't have, any period on or whatever like that. But I had my hat on, and then like every one of them spoke. You know what I mean? So it was a completely different experience, and it's not like I'm about to run over and grip you. It's just like, what's up? You know what I mean? What's up, frat? Acknowledgement of it, and I think Philly, they definitely. The brothers down there, they definitely show love. So
man, that's what's
it's nothing like the motherland, man. It's nothing like the motherland.
Not like AKA. No, but it's not. It's the AKAs that's from Cali. They're from here. You know what I'm saying? They're down in the motherland. You know what I'm saying?
Happy Founders Day. Happy J15.
Hey, man. They thought I was gonna say certain things, man. You're in my home. You know what I'm saying? Say what's up to me first. But it's all good though. It's love.
Yeah.
Happy J15.
Yeah.
Chibala got a vested interest now.
Nah, I'm just saying we just gonna keep it all.
Hey.
It's like Kareem and the Deltas now. It's all good.
It's all good, man. It's all love, man.
It's all love.
I love all of them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out all of them, man. They celebrate their Founders Day. Shout out to the Zetas, AKAs, Deltas, man. You all celebrate that Founders Day, man. There's nothing but love and respect to all of you guys.
More fire.
Yeah. That's it for me, man. Everything was good, man. I had a good time. My program wasn't as big this year because funds wasn't as privy to do what I wanted to do that I always do. But I did some things, man, that was great. I focused on the younger kids and parents that need it. So I did around 60 families this year, Oh no, I did 68. So yeah, it was pretty cool. What it was.
After Africa, did you make it down to Jamaica? I know you.
No, I have my team in Jamaica that did Jamaica.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, my team did Jamaica, and I have pictures of that too. I have some pictures. So my team in Jamaica do their thing down there. I have a solid team in Jamaica. So
I'm gonna tell you that the coolest thing that I saw was just and to see the pictures of you smiling with your daughter. You know what I mean? That was dope.
That's what make my trip. Man. I'm trying to tell you because everything else wasn't that good. You know what I'm saying? Everything else wasn't that good, man. But man, that little princess of mine, man, I had to focus, and she is a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? And I can't wait till the day I just got both of my seeds right under my roof, man. Because this one right here, he sleep. You know what I'm saying? He ready to go to school. This dude's like, man, Daddy, I want to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So it's a beautiful thing, man. But my little princess, man, I took her out. We went out on 2 dates, man. It's me and her. Let's go sit down and eat, man. And she was just so cool, man. She was just so cool, So it's a beautiful thing, man. Beautiful thing, So yes, sir.
What's up, man?
Yeah, that's definitely what's up.
Yeah.
Yo, okay. We keep losing Kareem, so
he's probably drinking something.
Maybe he's back now. Maybe he's back now, but we'll kind of get flowing and transitioning into.
You go ahead, B. You got it. I'm just trying to fix my camera.
As we're transitioning, I want to start because it's MLK Day, so you know what I mean, and I think we would be remiss as men of Alpha to not talk about and reflect on the legacy of Brother King. You know what I mean? Who is I know for me, coming into the fraternity and learning that he was a brother, it was almost like one of those surreal things, like, really? And it was like, maybe he, honorary, and then you learn, oh, Alpha don't make honorary. Speaking of which, shout out to
You heard?
never mind. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that. I'm gonna behave tonight. I know some guys who are very upset right now with a certain someone mispronouncing the name of the fraternity they said they belong to. Brew.
Please.
No, hold on.
You know.
You are the longest standing brother of Alpha of us four.
Okay.
Real quick. So you coming up on 31 years. I have 20 plus. Ike and Kareem, we are 20 plus on this platform. You the only brother on here 30 plus. We got a combined 100 years of fraternal experience on this platform right now. I have never heard anyone mispronounce Alpha. So I'm just saying, that would be problematic. I'm saying that to say, when I heard Brother King I was like, yeah, is he really? And then you learn, like, yeah, he came through Spring 52, Sigma chapter. So, in any event, it becomes one of those things that just it really was a draw for me when I was an interest, you know what I mean? And I thought it was, I thought we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about, a reflective moment on the life and the legacy of Brother King being on a platform called Bro Talk, where we talk about brotherhood, fatherhood, manhood, and so looking at his legacy through those lenses of brotherhood, fatherhood, and manhood, since we are alphas.
Somebody misinterpret the word Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity.
So Stephen A. Smith was under some scrutiny about, and people were talking about, they were attacking him for some views he had expressed about the current administration at the executive level of the federal government, and they were saying he's not black and he has no black support or black followers. And he said, I got black followers here, I got black followers there, I got support from the, and then he said, I'm a member of, and then he mispronounced Omega Psi Phi.
Oh.
I'm not going to disrespect him, and because to even repeat it in quoting of him, I feel like would be disrespectful.
Oh.
So I'm not even going to say what he said, but he mispronounced the name of the fraternity. He said
Omega make a lot of those honorary guys, man. Just give them stuff, man. Here, 3 letters. So.
Hey, they might be revisiting that after this brother, after his little faux pas. He got on a post and tried to apologize afterwards, but I think the damage was already done, and I think bros, the brothers of that organization might be real done with him.
Yeah, but that's.
I just hope we don't. I hope we don't go to no conventions no time soon.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I have to say to that is, when you allow honorary members into your organization, they should at least know the basics. I mean, they ain't even gotta know. They ain't even gotta know the whole alphabet. Just know your letters so that you can say that your letters correctly.
They gotta know the alphabet.
That's just kind of what it is, man. You got honorary members. What it is, you know, and that's just how I go.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm just saying, brother MLK isn't an honorary member. So, in a moment of reflecting on the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King, where on a platform where we talk about brotherhood, manhood, and fatherhood as alphas, I want to hear your brother's thoughts on Brother King as it relates to any or all of those on MLK Day?
Well, I'll give it from this perspective. So back in 1995, when bRho crossed, actually, 95, and
Beautiful
I was
year.
in 5th grade. And in 5th grade,
You could have left that part of the story out, man. Why you ain't have to put our bro in blind like that?
You know what I'm saying?
I was in 5th grade, like, yo.
It's Kareem, man. It's Kareem.
Oh, I forgot.
So I won
fish sticks in the freezer.
Yeah, I won the Martin Luther King Jr. Award in high school, and I remember I got like a certificate, and I got a medallion as well. And at the time, I didn't know, Martin Luther King Jr. was an alpha. I just know he was a black man that people talked a lot about. But I got the award because, the teachers and staff and people said that I exhibited. Hold on, time out. Oh, I didn't tell you where I was at. I was in a city school at this time.
You was not.
Y'all heard that, right? I was at a city school during that time.
Oh.
So, yeah, I had to make that. I had to let y'all know that. But anyway, you take away from my story, man.
It was at Douglas?
Nah, I was 52 school.
Exactly.
Good school, though. So, continue. You won the MLK Award.
All right. So, yes, I won the MLK Award. And, I was really excited about it because I won this award. And then I moved out to the suburbs after that. But I say that to say when I came around to learning more about the organization and I found out that Martin Luther King was an alpha, I was like, wow. I had these qualities well before I stepped on the college campus, but it was cool just to be in the same air as Martin Luther King and Jesse Owens and just different brothers, that have come through the fraternity. So for me, it was like, man, this is great. But then I actually started reading some books and learning more about him, just learning more about him. And I was like, wow, that brother did a lot. He did a lot of things that didn't get televised or were not talked about. And he definitely, he definitely was a leader in the movement. So that's kind of my thought about it. But and that's more like as a brother, I'm just happy to be in the same circle as Brother King.
Yeah, I am with you on that, Kareem. Like growing up, I know that MLK was part of this movement, and I think a lot of times as a kid you hear he helped make sure that Black people had freedoms that they weren't always afforded in the 50s, 60s, 70s during the movement. And the reality of the situation is like Black people were already free at that time, right? It was more so the fight for those civil liberties and civil rights that he was really kind of a part of that movement. So for me as a kid, like understanding that we have this day off to celebrate MLK, I don't know that I always celebrate. I always looked at it as, well, why does he have a day and not all the other people that were fighting for these freedoms as well too? Because he, like you said, he wasn't in it alone. It wasn't just one man that was doing all this work. But the reality is the impact that this one man had as a part of this movement, and the stature, I guess I would say, that this person had, and the weight that he had to put on his shoulders as somebody that was an older teen or adult, and kind of looking at that situation, it was immense. And when you think about it, I don't know if we talked about his age before we got on the show, or somebody mentioned it during it, but when I became a brother and I started doing research about just different brothers, but in particular, just like digging a little bit more into MLK and what his role was and, the civil rights movement and just, his life in general, I did the math and I saw that he was born. I'm not going to get the years right. And the year he was born, the year he died, and I did the math. I'm like, this dude was like in his 20s when he was doing most of this work.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about the impact that, someone's able to make at that early age, and not even at a statewide level, a citywide level, statewide level, not even at a regional level, like this, he was making national and international impacts, on society. And, the weight that just had to carry is absolutely, enormous. So, for all the there we go, for all the work that he put in, and the effort and energy and sacrifices that he had to make in his life as a young man, I'm not sure that I would have had the ability or to do half of the things that he was able to do. So one of the things I always kind of think about and do on MLK Day is I look for different quotes that he has said in the past, and one that kind of captures that thought is we all can't have this large impact. We're all not going to have a huge impact and that name recognition that he does, but there's always things that we can do. So one of the quotes was, if I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way. That's one of those quotes that, kind of stood out to me when I was kind of reflecting and just kind of thinking about, who he was and then who I am. And like I said, I'm not going to be a household name unless Bro Talk just straight blows up within the next year or so. But, there are a lot of things that I do have influence over. And there's a lot of things that I can impact, and focusing and paying attention to those things and doing the best that I can to make a change in those things are something I'm going to do. So that's just kind of a quick reflection that I had. And I try to, like I said, I try to do each year when this day rolls around.
Bro, what's your
Well,
thought?
man, listen, man. For me, like I always tell y'all, brother, I didn't know nothing about Alpha Phi Alpha. Even high school, I went to a white high school in Brooklyn, New York. I didn't know nothing until I came to college, man. Shout out to my big brother, Mark Morrison. You know what I'm saying? He was the first one that kind of guided me, and Gary Shaw, Antoine Thompson. Those three I gave credit to. I remember my first informational. That's when I even know about Dr. King. You know what I'm saying? Those brothers in that room was so smooth, dressing wise, and everything about them brothers, man. DQ, Mark Morrison, Antoine, Gary, Andrew Dixon, and we had an advisor on campus at the time. I forgot his name. And then they have a booklet of just alphas in politics. And they have, when I saw his name, I was like hype, like Dr. King. And DQ was like, yeah, you didn't know? And DQ was like, yeah, where you from? They heard they say you're Jamaican or something. I was like, yeah. He's like, well, your prime minister was an alpha too. I'm like, who? He's like, nah, it ain't gonna be that easy. I need for you to do that research. You know what I'm saying? That's what DQ told him. You know what I'm saying? And from that day on, man, I always know about Jesse Owens and his trials that he had to do, run barefooted. And stuff that he has to go through. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a Thurgood Marshall. That's a Thurgood? I said, like, in my mind, like, what did I learn in high school? Did I learn anything in high school? You know what I'm saying? So, with those three, man, I was like, wow. And then at the time, the mayor at New York was Dinkins. You know what I'm saying? Mayor Dinkins. I said, they said Mayor Dinkins is on the list. And Andrew Young and Dinkins, they cool. It was always cool. And I was just looking at just the whole layout those brothers had, man. I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Kind of blew my mind a little bit, man. But like you said, that brother was doing work, man, from such a young age that we take it for granted. And I don't know if we take it for granted, but we was like, wow, at 20, we know what we was doing at 20. I know what I was doing. I can't speak for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for y'all, but I know what I was doing at 20. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't putting in that type of work. I put in some type of work. You know what I'm saying? Because Alpha made me put in some type of work. But man, that brother was putting in work. You know what I'm saying? And just the way he was thinking, man, on that positiveness and that not an eye for an eye type thing. You know what I'm saying? Let's turn the other cheek. You know what I'm saying? He was always about turning the other cheek, man. You know what I'm saying? But man, as men of color, man, we went through a lot in this country. I ain't gonna say it. We went through a lot, and we forgive. There's one thing I love about my black race. We forgive a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's why I asked Mr. Trump, man, if you want to buy me out, I'm so ready, baby. I'm so ready. You know what I'm saying? Because coconut and pineapple juice is waiting for me. You know? It's all good. So shout out Dr. King, man.
Yeah, I'll just kind of, real quick. Like I said, coming into fraternity and as an interest in learning that Dr. King was a part of the fraternity, I just thought it was. I mean, y'all know who my dad was, man. He was a historian to his core. So, yes, sir. So I got exposed to Dr. King, at a very young age, and was always just, extremely impressed with who he was, in terms of just the stature of a man that he was. He graduated high school at 15, and was attending Morehouse College as a 15-year-old. And I remember reading stories about, Mahalia Jackson being like a regular guest at the King household when he was young, and how she poured into him. She prophesied, his intellect was so profound from an early age. You know what I mean? It was evident and it was profound from an early age, and so it was served as a huge part of the foundation of the vehicle that was, that his gifts manifested themselves through. And I think God used him mightily in the time that he had. I think about, I reflect on the fact that he was 39 when he passed away. He was 35 years old when he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. You know what I mean? These are awards that take a lifetime for many people to ever, receive. And again, albeit his lifetime wasn't much longer when at the point that he received it, it sometimes takes people twice the number of years of living to receive such an award. And all that this man accomplished, like, it's profound to think, like, every one of us on this platform has outlived Dr. King. He got 39 years on this planet, and was able to do so much. So, to Isaac's point, you may not, the work you do may not ever be seen on the scale of the work that Dr. King did, but what it can be is, it can be a maximization of whatever the time it is that we have while we're here, to sort of maximize the time that we have and do whatever we can do the best we can, do the most we can with that time.
Shoot, I think that's the message right there.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of, so we all probably have an MLK quote, but when Isaac was sharing the MLK quote, it made me think about my favorite one, and it's cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politic? And vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? And there comes a time when one must take a position that is neither safe nor politic or popular, but simply take it because it's right. And that's the way I try to live my life, is just by taking positions, not because they're popular, not because, it's, the political thing to say or do, but is this right? Are we standing on right? And I just try to find myself in that space, in that heart posture. I've been fortunate to, I visited the house that Dr. King grew up in Atlanta. I've been to the King Center, where he's interred at, he and his amazing wife Coretta, where they're interred at. I've been to the King Monument in DC, but probably the place where that was just most kind of profound was being at the Lorraine Motel where he was assassinated.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, and amazingly, right, the first time I went to the Lorraine, which is now National Civil Rights Museum, it was during a time where they were renovating parts of the museum, and so there were parts of the museum that were open that aren't typically open, because there were parts that you couldn't access that you typically could because of the renovation. So one of the places that was open that's never open, it was the actual balcony where he was shot. And to stand in that place and kind of look over and see, and then to go over to the other side of the building. So the museum exists in two parts. You've got the Lorraine Motel where Dr. King was staying, and then you also have the rooming house where the shot was fired from. And to stand in both places, it just, again, it's very surreal, and just kind of just amazing experience to be able to be in that place and be there. And the later, you find out later that he didn't actually, the bullet didn't actually kill him. He was actually suffocated at the hospital under orders of the CIA. But just all of those things, I think, just lend us to know how significant he was, and how much people saw him as a threat to the upliftment of the African American community, and how powerful we are as a community. And so I just think it's only fitting that he had this day, this time, this moment, and that we took this time to acknowledge and reflect on Dr. King's legacy.
I agree, man.
Shout out to Brother King, Dr. King.
Hey, we've never done this before, but I got a request. If we could just give a moment of silence for our dear brother and the work that he's done.
Yes, sir.
I think that's customary, so we can take it now. All right, man, that was good.
Yes,
Nice centering moment right there, man. And let's continue to keep the legacy alive. I mean,
yes,
I think
sir.
that's the big part of the message too, bRho, that you talk eloquently about, is let's just continue, and let's continue to realize, and not just his dream, this should be our dream together.
And I think to that point, it's really understanding how the dream also evolved. There's Dr. King has been immortalized in a lot of ways in this country in a particular kind of way. As the dreamer, right?
Yeah.
I know this word that I'm about to use has kind of come under fire recently because it's been politicized. So, but Dr. King woke up from that dream too.
Mm.
And so the dreamer isn't who they assassinated.
Mhm.
They assassinated the woke one. They didn't kill the dreamer. They killed the woke king. So when we talk about Dr. King, let's not, and who he was and who they assassinated. They didn't assassinate Dr. King the dreamer. They assassinated Dr. King who's now began to talk about not just the idea of kumbaya in the sense that we come together and of all race, colors, and creeds, and I think that's important that we still do our best to do that as well. But I think what is important that we understand is that the Dr. King that was assassinated was the one who said, I fear that I may have led my people into a burning house.
Mm-hmm.
And started to talk about economic equality and wanting the fair wage. He was the reason he was.
That's where the shift happened right there.
Exactly, the reason he was equity was everything. He started to really get on that wave. The reason he was in Memphis when he was assassinated was there was a sanitation workers strike.
Yep.
And the African American men who were working on sanitation trucks,
they wore these things that said, "I am a man." You'll see.
I am a man. That was
the
campaign. To this day, I have a keychain. Matter of fact, the first Black Dads Matter shirt that I ever designed, I designed in the as kind of as a homage to the "I Am a Man" campaign. You know what I mean?
Mm.
With the border and the black lettering that was in that font, because it was that was a powerful movement and a powerful statement that our manhood had always been under attack. You know what I mean? We've been historically emasculated, and so to declare I am a man, like let me remind you that I'm a man, and these are the positions we're taking. This is our demand. And he spoke at Mason Temple the night before he was assassinated, and that was the speech where he effectively prophesied his own assassination. He said, I've been to the mountaintop and I've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I may not get there with you, but we will get there.
I think that's a part of the dream that we don't talk about, right? Is that people that lay their lives down for the people, right? They know that they're probably not going to make it to the end, but they know that somebody will. That somebody will make it to that point, that the dream will be realized. And I think, man, that's something for us to think about, because there are things right now that each of us are dreaming about that we would like to see, would like to do. But I think we have to be okay with the fact that it might be 2 or 3 generations before that thing happens. But you're the one that sets it up. You're the catalyst for that, right? So we talk about, financial security, financial education. Our kids might be the ones who are the ones who receive all of the benefits of the things that we did in 2026. It might not.
We got to be okay with that.
And we got to be okay with that. And bro, that's a good point, because that's where I was going with it, is that we have to be okay with that. We have to be okay with understanding that we might not receive the benefits. Like you said, Moses didn't receive the benefits of the promised land. His job was to get him there. Now, he could have went there, but some things went down. He allowed some things to happen. And, God was like, yeah, the buck stopped here with you, but we're gonna get Joshua. He's gonna take them into the promised land, and he's gonna go to war, and he's gonna conquer lands that were actually the Hebrew people's lands that other people had sat in. So they had to go in and reclaim them lands again. But yeah, just understand that for every Moses, there's a Joshua. There's somebody that actually goes in and actually takes territory, or goes in and fights the oppressor.
I think, to your point, though, we've got to be okay with, potentially being Moses. We might not be the one that makes it in.
Yeah.
But I think everyone wants to be the job, like kind of. They want to be the one that experiences all of the benefits of what Moses, and I think that's.
Joshua was a kid originally, right? He grew into a man, but he was around. Like Joshua was around. You know, it was him and Caleb. And that's the other thing too, right? Is that we have to be okay with being Moses, like you said. But there's little ones coming up right behind us that's watching, they listening, they paying attention to what's going on. And when the time comes, they get tapped, and then they just continue on with the movement. I think, when we think about the civil rights movement, I don't think it ever ended. I think it's taken different forms that we've talked about, on this show plenty of times. But we still need people to move forward with fighting against the oppressor to help the oppressed, right? Like that's what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I don't know where to kind of take this conversation, or I know where we were trying to take this conversation, but maybe we should just kind of sit on talking about MLK and his impact. And I was just really sitting here as you brothers were talking, and just kind of thinking about what was the impact. I guess it was twofold, right? One, when he was killed, was it James Earl Ray or whatever the guy's name was that was acting by himself, or was that a design hit, right? And the other aspect of that, and the other piece of it that I was just kind of thinking about is doing all this work, the work that he put in, the work and the time that he put in. Was there a period of time where we just kind of harped on it, and the fact that he has this holiday and it's recognized each year, that we got comfortable and just allowed things to stay the way that they always have been? We stopped doing the work, towards making sure that there was equity and civil, everybody got their equal civil rights that they are afforded as an American citizen, which got us to the point that we are right now, right? We all know that we're living in an America which kind of creates a world problem where nobody feels like they have the same amount of power as the administration has right now. Like, there's things that are happening. I mean, we've got somebody in office where it doesn't really matter what a judge says, which is the check on power right now. It has no bearing on what a judge says. It's just the dude said, I'm not gonna call him, give him a title, but the dude said that the only person that can change my mind is my own mentality or morality or whatever like that. And we know how unmoral this dude is right now. so we're effed up, right? We're in a situation where there's a lot of we're going to be facing a lot of challenges and a lot of struggles. So I want to know, like, from this perspective, like, if we were in a place where we just like kind of got lulled to sleep for a little while, and we allowed white supremacy and all that to reemerge, and we allowed the slave catchers to come back in place with a different name, right? And ironically, ICE and Alpha, we not two separate, so so I'm just wondering, like, what happens now? Because there are people out on the streets that are protesting and fighting, but they don't necessarily all look like us, right? And I think as a country, we're all fighting for those civil rights right now, to make sure that we can walk the streets freely, to make sure that people can come to this country and have the liberties that they were seeking when they were trying to get here. We people that have been here for 25 plus years and been living this the American dream, and now are getting woken up in the middle of the night and taken out of their houses. Like, we're in a really tough place, and how do things change? How do we help influence those changes right now? What do we do? I don't know.
I think one of the things, man, that we do is we got to understand that battles or wars or maybe battles are fought on different fronts. and I think what made the civil rights movement successful is that they just didn't have like a one-way strategy. It wasn't like, hey, we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna boycott the bus. Nah, they had a strategy. So they had attorneys in place, they had different people in place, they had folks to help give rides to go to work. You know what I mean? Like there was a strategy behind it. You know, if some people went to jail, there was somebody there to bail them out. You know what I mean? There was a strategy, you know, behind it. Now people talk a lot about, for example, with Rosa Parks, how, you know, she didn't give up her seat on the bus and all this other stuff, which was great, you know, for the time. But people don't understand that that was a whole strategy behind that. They already had the legal team together. They already knew what they was going to do. It wasn't something that was done in a vacuum. So I think what, you know, one thing that could be done is
we get Stephen A. Smith to lead the charge.
Yeah, and you know, I think the other part of it too is that I think part of the reason why we've been lulled to sleep is because it's kind of like, you ever, B'Lo, you might know more about this, but that whole 4th of July thing, right? How they were used to give, you know, the slaves a little bit of, or enslaved a little bit of freedom, and then they wild out and say, "See, this is why we can't let them have freedom. This is why they need to remain in chains." And I mean, that's a horrible thing to say. That's a horrible thing to think. But when you feel like you have all the freedoms you need, then what are you really fighting for at that point? And I think people need to understand that we're always fighting for something. Always. There's always something for us to fight for. If it's not for us, it should at least be for other people who are being oppressed.
Yeah. I think to kind of circle back to you know, to Ike's question and tying in your response, Isaac asked the question, like, have we been lulled to sleep, right? And I think that is the trick of kind of oppression, right? Is you withhold, right? Let's say, so y'all have known me over 20 years, so I don't eat beef, I don't eat pork, right? But if I was starved long enough, you know, and that was all that was available to keep from starving to death, at some point, it wouldn't matter what my preferred diet was. I would choose it to survive. So when you've had freedoms withheld for way longer than they should be, and then finally, you know, the fights, the work, the sacrifice, and all that goes into, you know, the activism that ultimately affects change happens. That's like, you feel like, man, we did it, we finally accomplished it. And that's the trick, is like, you know, you don't realize you're still 30 years behind 30 years ago, but you feel like you've now caught up all of that time, because now you finally been awarded something that you were fighting for, that shouldn't have been something you had to fight for to begin with. So you're still behind, and that's the whole part of the oppressed process, is they know that even giving a little bit after withholding for so long will cause people to feel like a sense of relief and arrival, and they use that. So I do think, to answer Isaac's point, that there has been some degree of you know, being lulled to sleep by achieving some milestones, or some accomplishments, some achievements. But I also think that we've collectively lost sight, because we've ended up very splintered in the community. And now what you have is, you have communities who have a similar collective goal, but we've gotten buried in the minutia of everyone's nuanced kind of thing. So this community you know, you're trying to fight for these rights, and that's what's important to you. And this community is fighting for these rights because that's what's important to them. And so now you have the 99% fighting with each other, not as if the issues that we face aren't all common to one another,
which is on purpose.
Who we should be, yeah, exactly. Who we should be fighting with is the 1%, because based on the math, how does 1% control 1% of the population control 99% of the world's wealth?
And that's what King was going after, and that's why, unfortunately, he had to be eliminated.
And so I think that's the thing, is we've got to get back to that place where,
and if you guys make a great sense. If you look at the president of Burkina Faso, it's the same thing that's happening to that brother right now. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of you guys I don't know if you guys are up on it. They tried to assassinate this brother, I think
several times.
25 times.
25 times.
25 times. The last time was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? And that's somebody from the inside. You know what I'm saying? One of his main people. Like y'all are my main people.
Wow.
So one of y'all, you know what I'm saying? But the dude is so far, you know, I pray God for his life. Why? Because he created a blueprint to show that Africa is powerful. The people of Africa don't have to be struggling and people doing all these videos, and IMF have to lend money to you and all that stuff. You don't need that. We have our natural resources. You understand what I'm saying? They kill everybody who was trying to make Africa a one passport place.
Kill everybody. A one currency continent as well. Backed by gold.
They don't want that. Yeah. Look at the France economic system now. It's horrible. Even the UK system is kind of horrible. You understand what I'm saying? So,
well, the US system isn't great either, right?
Oh, bro, it's coming. No, I didn't bring their name up because right now, you know, Mr. Orange guy is doing some things that.
Yeah, and I would
keep it afloat.
Yeah, you know, but you can see, like, follow the money. Like, that's all I'll say. Like, there's coming into office, there was a huge push towards, you know, cryptocurrencies and all that as well too. But
that's what's going to run the country.
The world. I mean, I think that's the quickest way to, you know, kind of transfer funds and, you know, hiding funds right now at this point too. But, you know, I think there's a huge shift coming, you know, in that aspect as well. So yeah, I know we at 10 o'clock though, Kareem. So
yeah, as we get ready to close out, before we do a shout out, you know, I do want to say this again, kind of to the point of you know, talking about Dr. King and his legacy, and I think today's climate really lend itself to what he fought for, and why it's important for us to continue to fight. So, you know, and we talked about it last week, so I think this is a great extension of that, you know what I mean, of that discussion from last week, because of the legacy of Dr. King fits so appropriately in it. And you mentioned the bus boycott, Kareem. I want to share a name that many people may not know, and that's Claudette Colvin. She was a 15-year-old high school student. 2 weeks before Rosa Parks, she had been arrested for not giving up her seat, and she was actually the catalyst to them. So Rosa Parks not giving up her seat was a staged demonstration in response to Claudette Colvin not giving up her seat and being the so they strategized around having Rosa Parks do it in order to kind of galvanize the community, because she was a little older and her status in the community versus this young girl who was still a high school student. And her complexion. She was a little darker complex. So it was, like you said, to your point, there was a lot of strategy involved in the movement at the time. And I think we've got to get back to that place of being very strategic and intentional.
Yes, sir.
But shout outs, bros.
Shout out to bRho Smith. bRho M.A. Smith for his birthday, man. Shout out to you. Hey, we love you, bro.
Hey, y'all bRho didn't have a birthday too.
Bro, we about to get to you, man.
We shouted. You wasn't watching. We shouted you out last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
We definitely shouted you out last week. Happy birthday, Jamaican King Rude Boy.
Yo,
And that's too.
More fire.
Yes, sir.
4-5.
When I come back like Jordan wearing the 4-5.
Jordan number run number 2.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? So
I want to give a shout out, man, to my wife, to my children. Want to give a shout out to my brother, my older brother. Jalmar, shout you out, bro. If you watching, man, you already know. And want to shout out to my aunt Gwen. It's her birthday today. That's Nate and Nate Smith's mother, Stephanie mother, and Melanie. Shout out to her. Shout out to you, Aunt Gwen, for your birthday today. And that's it, man. Shout out to Jesus, man. That's where we at.
Yes, sir.
No.
Not big baby Jesus.
Not the baby Jesus. Growing up Jesus.
And shout out to all the Rochester people, man. All my loved ones in the Rock. My church family up there. My big sister Rachel who called me today. Love and respect. You brothers, man, and y'all families. Shout out to my brother Brock. Love you, man. Shout out to all the Greek organizations that celebrate their Founders Day. You guys still playing catch up. It's okay. I'm joking. It's a joke. It's a joke, guys. It's a joke. Shout out to the Deltas, the Zetas, the AKs, Phi Beta Sigma. And I know Kappa Alpha Psi and the Omegas. I don't want to mess up their names. I just go Omegas. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys, man.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
They about to take Steve's letters, man.
Wow.
I would have took it too. I would have taken.
You're gonna be a cease and desist.
Yeah, I actually had to watch that video because I didn't believe it. But
oh, you watched it?
He messed up. He messed up.
Okay.
Listen.
What do you say, Omega Psi Phi?
No. I just watch the video.
I'm sorry, brother. Listen, I ain't trying to disrespect your name. I'm just trying to understand what the man said. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
Man, he gonna give them letters up by force or by choice. Like, but one way or another, he gonna come up off them letters.
Oh man, yeah.
How did he get them letters?
They gave it to him. Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there.
Y'all ever seen the emoji? Like this.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Hey, if somebody find it, man, send it to me, please.
Yes, sir. Man, I want to shout out. Man, Bru already said it, but man, shout out to the J15 Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated on celebrating their.
I'm gonna be on this tip all year. Wow,
118th. You know what I mean? Their 118th Founders Day. Shout out to all of the D9 who celebrated Founders Day last week. You know what I mean? Again, I have a vested interest, just as Kareem does. You know what I mean?
I do.
Hey, Kareem, what you say he's gonna be doing, Kareem?
What's that?
I just don't have to say. I just don't. Kareem be like, my wife, who I got to stay with, I get to stay with. I'm blessed. I'm fortunate.
I mean, I get two as well. I have the opportunity, man. I'm blessed.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
man, listen, y'all brothers look crazy.
Yeah, I Kareem though, I just be messing with him.
Yeah.
But no, for real. To my amazing wife on making my birthday weekend everything. It was I talked about it a little bit with brothers who and Kareem. I appreciate you pulling up on me for my birthday, man.
You already know.
To my dean, man, big brother James Waters, who just made me feel blessed and special, man. Brothers came out, man, and again just pulled up and show love, man. So I appreciate y'all, man, and just much love, man, for just always being there. You know what I mean? I'll talk more about 45 and the significance of 45 and what it means to me at a later date, because I got some things that me and Kareem working on for, to celebrate things coming up. So, I'll talk about it more, as we get closer to that time. But just know it. I'm grateful. I'm appreciative, and just I'm blessed to see it, man. I don't take it for granted. You know what I mean? The wine said millions didn't make it. I was one of the ones who did, and I'm grateful for it.
Amen. Amen, man.
Amen. All right, shout out to everybody that joined us tonight. We appreciate you. I mean, we do this. We started doing this show for us, but we do it for those of you that tune in consistently, those of you that just pop in to hear a word or two, those of y'all that watch it on the rerun. We definitely appreciate everybody that tunes in, listens to our thoughts, and how we're feeling about certain topics. Always, if you guys have suggestions about things that we should talk about, if there's some current events that are happening within our community throughout the week, check out the bRho Talk page on Facebook, on YouTube. Are we on Instagram too, right? All the platforms. Make sure you check us out and leave a comment there. Shout out to Isaiah Santiago for leaving a comment tonight. We appreciate you tuning in. We also appreciate everybody that's in the background in the chat. We'll talk about the show tomorrow. Andy Rose, I don't know if you on right now, but you always kind of checking us out as well too. So
Andy said he to the point where he watches on YouTube on his big screen at home, man. I thought that was so dope. Like he was like, yo, I be looking for y'all on Mondays, and I just watch on the big screen.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. That means a lot.
I gotta give a shout out to our original manager as well too, Deirdre, whose birthday is 16th.
Happy birthday to you.
So shout out to you, to my sister as well, and then all the usuals, to the wife, who's I'll celebrate her on June 17th. She ain't going to work today, so I'm not as excited, but she deserves a day of rest.
Bro said so I'm not as excited.
I'm not as excited, but she deserves a day of rest, so I'm glad that she's getting that today. Shout out to the kids as well too. More about the stuff that they got going on our next check-in next week. So I'll leave it there. Make sure y'all go out and support a Black activist that's doing something, and that could be just somebody that you recognize in your community that are standing up for people that are marginalized, for young people that might have helped you out, or family member as well too. Just next time you see them, let them know that you appreciate them, in honor of our good frat brother Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. on today. So that's all I got for y'all.
And please don't forget, man. I still got these on set. I just picked these two up. These are the two I just picked up from in front of me. So,
hey, Kareem,
straight from the motherland.
Kareem, I don't want y'all. These are freshly arrival.
Kareem, you better order one.
Make sure y'all holler at y'all boy. Inbox one of those brothers if you can't get to me. I got them all. I got all the D9. I got all the.
You got G5G too. I saw.
Yeah, I got that from my boy, man, up in the rock. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. He good peoples too.
Yeah,
Good people.
so you know what I'm saying? That was a special mate. And if y'all want me to make something special for y'all to get it, it's gonna take a month. So holler at your boy, man. All right, I got
that.
So I'm not favorite. Once again, there's not no favoritism. All right? Just want to put that out there, man. I just grabbed that from my leg, man. You know?
All right. I think, man, it's a wrap, yo.
They came like this, wrapped up. So I just grabbed one of, so I just want y'all to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man.
I'm not on Bilal team. I'm not on Kareem team. You know what I'm saying? I'm on my team. You know what I'm saying? That's it, man. I'm on the team that me and Ike. Me and Ike on the same team.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what team y'all talking about, but
GDI.
Oh, these are my girls right here. These are my girls
That's what Team bRho.
Yeah, right there. Yep, right there.
Right here, baby. Hey, shout out to my Zetas, man. Hey, man, shout out to my Zetas. Hey, Toy, what's up, baby? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Zetas, man.
All right, bros.
Sure.
My people. I'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Everybody that watched, thank you so much. Peace.